3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the show!
Vulcans, Klingons, fucking Trek, ever since Star Trek, we're back, Discovery, and there's cannibals all over Russia, space, Australians, we're going to space, and also something else, football, they're jokes.
Nice. Hello, welcome to Trend Settings episode. I just clicked something. Welcome to Trend Settings episode 61. This is crazy. We've got more microphones. We've got more cords.
Awesome.
We're live. We almost got it at 8 o'clock this time, but we just missed it. Now, we are Group Settings. This is Trend Settings. Welcome to the show. My name is Ali.
My name is Steven.
Chris. M is my name.
2 guests today. Crazy, right? I think we've only done it
Crazy.
one time before.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Is Ev really a guest?
No.
Yeah. Ev's part of the Wildcards group.
Oh, wild cards.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
they're like regulars, but yeah, regulars is the right word. Yeah,
Sure, I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
I
well,
think I'm part of the family.
I would define it
Yeah.
as that, yeah.
yeah. Steven's brand new. How you feeling, Steve?
Yeah, pretty good.
Stephen.
Do you get offended when people call you Steve instead of Steven?
No, I actually don't mind Steve.
Okay.
Steve and Steven are fine. Anything other than that.
It's pretty close. What's one letter?
Oh,
I think it's actually like 2.
there is one letter.
Are you a PH?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
But there is one letter if you add into Steve that I will not
Maybe you're
answer to.
Stevie?
Yeah, I won't answer to that. I got called that growing up and I hated it.
Sorry, Steve.
We
Nice.
do not call you Steve.
Anyway, we got
Yeah.
4 topics this week. Crazy, right?
Not really.
Now, first one, Star Trek Discovery. Then Australian Space Program.
Suppose
Who knew?
Bob.
Number 3, kneeling for the anthem.
Oh, come on.
Is that good or bad? I'm not sure.
Don't know.
Number 4, we've got an American for it. Number 4, Russian cannibals.
Oh,
Wow.
yum. You wanna
This
take a bite?
story
Don't
is
tempt me.
super interesting. Like, I read it in like a minute. It was so interesting. But it was like long.
Yeah.
I get it. All right. That didn't make sense. Now, topic number 1. Star Trek Discovery. I'm going to stop touching the table. Like, you guys should stop touching the table.
Okay.
But, wow. Chris,
Are you going to hold your hands like that the whole time? It's going to be uncomfortable for
You're
you.
gonna get a workout.
you're going to get a shoulder workout.
Yeah.
Now, Star Trek Discovery. It's on Netflix. Did you guys see it?
Yes, I did.
Is it on Netflix? I didn't see it. So I saw it. I thought it was on CBS. That must be in America.
Yeah, we don't have CBS here,
Yeah.
mate.
I don't know what
Yeah.
CBS is. But it's
Have
not
you seen it?
Netflix.
I've never seen
But
that.
it ain't Netflix.
It's definitely on Netflix.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
It is.
Which is weird because it has the Netflix logo on it, like it's a Netflix show, but it's definitely CBS in America.
Yeah.
Huh.
And they own the rights. Like, I actually looked into it.
CBS.
Yeah. So it's definitely not a Netflix show,
Yeah.
but it is on Netflix.
Yes.
It's one of those random things because Netflix does make its own shows with its own money, but it didn't make this one with its own money. But it looks like it did.
Yes.
So don't be deceived, guys.
Oh, I was worried.
Yeah, I would have never guessed.
So who saw it? Me and Ev?
Yes. I saw
Okay.
it.
What'd you think of it, Ev?
I really loved it.
Wait, what's your history with Star Trek first?
Okay, so I have been watching Star Trek for a long time, since I was little.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched all of the series except for the last one, Enterprise.
That's a lot of
which
Star
I
Trek.
hated. That's my history.
Why'd you
with
hate Star Enterprise?
I couldn't get into it. Like, I felt like it wasn't, like, really part of the universe.
Right, is that... What
don't
time
know.
period was Enterprise in?
It's, like, before the original series.
Right.
Yeah.
So would it
Really
be...
early
Is it
on.
before this one that just came out? Because this
No.
one's 10 years before the original.
Maybe it is before. I don't know.
In the grand before time. In the before.
I really couldn't get into that one. So...
Me neither.
Yeah, same. It wasn't my cup of tea.
Not this
But I
one.
loved this one.
Why?
I thought it felt really like Star Trek. I don't know, like it just had this feel about it, like that. I don't know. So I love the storyline. We got into the characters.
Did you watch all of it?
I watched the first 2.
There's only 2 episodes out.
It's one of those ones that comes out every week.
Serial.
Oh.
I know.
Those are the worst.
That is the worst.
Especially on Netflix.
More and more shows are doing it now. It's
Well, I
annoying.
guess they don't have any control over it because it's technically not a Netflix show.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like the point
I
of
know
Netflix
that.
is to like binge watch a show.
I know, right?
Totally.
That's what I did all last weekend.
Yeah.
But it's a CBS show, guys. We talked about it.
Okay, sorry. But they're doing it with their own shows as well, though.
Like Designated Survivor.
Yes.
Yeah, stuff
But
like that.
is that definitely a Netflix show?
Oh. Is it?
Yes.
I wouldn't know.
Don't know. But yeah, I loved it.
It is
That's
100%
my-
a Netflix show because Netflix sent me an email today and they said Designated Survivor Series 2 is out now.
Oh, is it?
Come and check it out.
Yeah, and then
But that could
then
be-
in the subtitle it said 1 episode per week.
Yeah.
And then you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna wait a while.
Didn't read that bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
When I
there's-
saw that, I was like, yeah, ignore.
It seems like all the good shows are doing that now on Netflix.
Yeah, I didn't hate Designated Survivor. That was a ridiculous statement I just said.
Oh.
But
Oh.
It was-
I definitely thought it got worse as it went on.
It was fine.
I loved the beginning.
Yeah. I stopped watching, honestly. I just lost
Hmm.
my interest.
So why'd you like Star Trek? Was it because there's 2 female main characters?
Oh, I was going to say that.
Ew.
Yes. So it is the first time that we've had the captain and the first officer both be females.
Wow.
Go
But
Power.
then
Do you think they're gonna make out?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
But I did think it was strange that the first officer's name is named Michael, but she's a female.
I have a story.
Really?
So
Yeah.
Brian Fuller was the original showrunner on this, but he actually he didn't get. It's very hazy what actually happened, but towards the end, like he'd kind of departed the project. But he's very known for having female main characters with male names.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was so strange. Like every time she got called Michael, I was like, what is
Who
going
are
on?
they talking about?
Yeah.
And then they also called her number 1.
Well, yeah, because number 1 is like what you would call your...
Don't you call him
First
first
officer.
officer?
First chick.
No, you always call them number 1.
Ah,
They're my number 1.
I feel like in the recent Star Trek movie, it was first
Who do
officer.
you think's number 1 here? Who's in the first chair? I think it's Stephen.
I think
Is there
that-
numbers?
No.
I didn't know there was. I didn't know they were numbered.
Is it you, Chris?
Definitely.
Are we going?
I sure hope not.
Yeah, so
Whoa.
I did. I liked that there was 2 female characters. Not that I'm biased towards females, but I just think that's a nice step forward for Star Trek.
You know what was awesome about that? Just to quickly interject.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it till like the end of the first episode,
Mm.
which is great.
Oh, like
Like
did
they're
you notice
not
that
beating you over the
Yeah,
head
no,
with it. Is
yeah,
what I mean.
Yeah,
Because shows can
I
be
thought
very
that was-
preachy, especially
Yeah.
with that kind of crap.
yeah. I
But-
liked the whole Klingons. They looked a bit different, but I heard somebody say that you wouldn't want to like walk down the hallway and bump into one of them because they all got like real spiky suits on. Like,
Yeah, they're like S&M to the
Yeah.
core.
yeah.
But people are getting angry about the Klingon thing,
Really?
right? But
Why?
did you know there's a whole story behind how the Klingons have changed their appearance?
No.
Because in the original Star Trek, they didn't even have the ridges. You know, the
Yeah.
the
yeah,
like
yeah.
skull things on
Yep.
the forehead.
Do you guys know what the Klingons are?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
They're like a race.
Okay, yeah.
They're like a warrior race.
I know
Okay,
who
yeah,
the
yeah,
Klingons are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they're.
Those guys.
Yep.
So in Enterprise, they
Mm.
explained it by in Enterprise, one of the crew members was a Klingon.
Yep.
I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah.
And they're sitting in a bar, and then the bar lady's like, "Oh, there's Klingons over there," and they look over, and it's just like human people,
Oh.
and they're all like, "Those aren't Klingons." And then they all look at the Klingon guy at the same time. It's very funny.
Yeah.
And the Klingon goes, "They are Klingons." Like he talks like this. He goes, "They are Klingons." But we don't talk about it with the other races because apparently, right? To explain this away, this is how they retconned it. There was a Klingon augment virus that was spreading among the Klingons when they were in like a genetic space race, not space race, but like a genetic science race
Mm.
with the Human Federation, right? Stick with me.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And then, so because it was all about gene stuff, they started a virus started where Klingons would start to look like humans, and their foreheads would go flat,
Ooh.
Oh.
which is pretty detrimental to a Klingon whose forehead looks like a spine.
Yeah, it's ridged.
Yeah. Ridged.
Keep going.
Yeah.
So they ended up curing it, but they only cured like the fact that it was killing people, not that it was
Deforming them.
So for a period of like 20 years, there were flat-headed ones that got like racially abused. Not racially abused, but like abused because of how they looked.
Oh.
Is that racially abused? What's that called? Prejudice. Something.
Yeah,
Yeah, discriminated
prejudice.
against.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But then
that's
they
interesting.
cured
I
it,
didn't
so
know
there's no more flatheads.
Huh.
That's
Except
how they
for
retcon the period of time where there's flat-headed ones
Right.
and when there's not flat-headed ones.
Okay.
But every different director has had a different look for the Klingons.
Yes.
And
I
yeah.
didn't mind them here.
Did you know that the father of Spock is in it?
Yes.
I
Sorry.
had no idea.
Yeah.
They didn't like tell me, so I didn't know.
Oh,
I guess if you're a Trek person,
if
you
you're
would
a
know.
Trekkie like me.
Yeah.
you
Um,
know that. Yeah. The only thing that I thought this was funny in that the first, like it opens up, like the first scene is the two of them, like the captain and the first officer in this desert place, like on a thing. And like if you know anything about Star Trek, is that you would never have the captain and the first officer on their own on an away mission. I was
do
like,
they
this
think
is kind of strange. Like, because if they both die, the stupid science officer is left in charge.
What's he gonna do?
And he's gonna run away because
Useless.
he's a scared.
But they had to get the
fat
water for the people of the planet
Why did they have to go though? I don't understand why.
because
it
they're
was those
science. They used like a full-on advanced gun to like shoot the well.
Send the plebs. Send the
Yeah.
red shirts.
Mm.
two. It was not really the Star Trek way.
Right.
So, rocky start.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I freaking loved it. It definitely wasn't perfect. There was a few parts where I actually proper fell asleep. Like every time the Klingon, there was a long Klingon scene of them talking to each other. I couldn't handle it.
You know what I did? Because Netflix actually has Klingon subtitles for this.
What?
Yes. So you can watch Star Trek Discovery with Klingon subtitles. And I thought, this is fun. So I put the Klingon subtitles on, but then when the Klingons started talking, I didn't know what they were saying
that
because it's
doesn't
Klingon
help.
subtitles.
And they all
Yes.
speak. They don't speak in English to each other.
No,
It's like
I have to admit,
So it'll be like 10
those
minutes of
scenes
that.
were very long. The Klingon
Yeah.
scenes talking, they were.
That sounds
and it's just beefhead like male ones either. There's no like variety in them. Well, one of them's white.
One of the
That's about the only
yeah,
variety.
I think one of them was a female.
no sexy Klingons.
Were they?
Yeah,
You
just
sure?
one. Yes,
Okay.
she was the hologram one
Oh yeah.
from the other ship. Yeah.
They don't count. There's 24 houses of Klingons. Did you guys know that?
Yes.
Jeez,
Apparently they're going to explore all of them in this
Yeah.
series,
can't wait.
which people seem to be loving, except Nick Koo,
Oh, Nick
because
got against
Mm.
it.
he thinks it's being too diverse for diversity's sake.
He's wrong about a lot of things. Though.
Mm.
Yeah, totally.
I
100%.
think it's great. Brand new Star Trek, new generation.
I
Yeah.
might start.
I'm up for it.
I've never watched a Star Trek TV series.
Well, you know
So-
what? This isn't like a Game of Thrones thing that you need to catch up on them all.
Mm.
You can just jump straight in.
Yeah, I might do it. So I've seen the new movies and I've seen half of the old movies, but never a series.
Yeah, it definitely has a different feel. Like it's a very much more like modern kind of feel. Like if you went back to watch the original series, you'd be like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's no
but
clubbing the lizards.
what?
Clubbing the lizards. I bet
It's very famous, guys.
I know what you're wondering though is how are they making the movies and the TV show at the same time, right? Doesn't that kind of conflict?
Aren't they a different time period?
But did you know there's a different company doing the movies than are doing the TV series, as in like completely different. So
Yeah.
one owns the right to the TV series, like TV publishing rights, and one owns the movie publishing rights.
Oh, okay.
I still don't think they can conflict each other like canonically because Star Trek's very strict about that. But
But
like,
the movies technically will follow a different timeline
Yeah, they're in a different.
because, like,
the time travel,
Yeah.
right?
So
Forgot
I
about
think So I think they'll kind of maybe like diverge off into a different.
They can do whatever
Yeah.
they want.
It's the
really.
Pineverse.
Yes,
Precisely.
I'm up for the Pineverse.
And I think it is Netflix actually, not CBS. Looking back, just wanna before anyone tells us.
It's
For
definitely CBS.
Are you sure? It's
Yeah.
a Netflix original
Because
series.
they're the ones who own the right to the TV publishing. That's how I know it's CBS.
Produced by Netflix.
Probably. They probably hooked up or something. You know how those networks get together, make a show,
Saucy Klingon, baby.
get together and have some hardcore producing and make a show.
Mm.
Yep.
Happens all the time.